Well, Congressman, thanks so much for joining us on the program tonight, sir. It's good talking to you.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is an issue that we've been covering for, really several years now, almost as long as we've been on the air, I guess. We've been talking about the Federal Flight Deck Officer Program.
Right.
But now it is under threat, and it's amazing that in a spending bill that adds $1 trillion to our deficit, President Obama wants to cut the $24 million in funding for the Federal Flight Deck Officer Program in half.
Yeah, I was a federal flight deck officer, so I actually have had firsthand knowledge of this program and what a fantastic program it is for public safety, because truly the federal flight deck officer is the last line of defense for that aircraft. That means that pilot is willing to step up, go through extra training on their own dime, and go to Artesia, New Mexico, recurrent training twice a year. Everything's on their own dime. This is a volunteer program, and the federal flight deck officer is willing to step up and be that last line of defense for the flying public.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we've talked on the program before about the cost to the taxpayers for having an armed pilot on a flight. It's like $15 a flight.
$15 a flight segment. That is $15, and we added up a normal A320. How much A320? How many people are in A320? That's 10 cents a passenger.
Wow.
It's probably the most efficient program, and the federal flight deck officers work in concert with the FAMs. These FAMs are highly trained, skilled professionals, but there's just not enough of them. And a FAM costs $3,000 a flight, where the federal flight deck officers in the aircraft anyway. So it's just another added bonus where that not only is it a last line of defense, but it is a chief deterrent for those that wish to commandeer the aircraft and use that aircraft as a weapon of mass destruction, because they're not sure when they go through that door, and there's no system is foolproof. And if they go through that door, they may be meeting a federal flight deck officer that's armed.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and that, ultimately, so that we come back to again the safety aspect of this, and I know that the Obama administration has said that they are moving to a more risk-based program, but at the same time, we're hearing that from the Obama administration representative. We're also seeing 8-year-old kids being patted down to the airports and little old ladies being patted down to the airports. So I have to say, I'm not sure a lot of people buy that we're actually moving to any sort of risk-based
You have
system.
to understand. I mean, I just went through this in a committee today, and I was explaining to the TSA that, yes, we have layers of security, and if we are using risk-based analysis, that means there is a possibility, nothing is foolproof, that a passenger could get through these different security measures. But the other aspect, Cam, is that you have to understand is those that work in the shadow of the aircraft. How are they getting on board the aircraft property? What kind of screening have they gone through? Every couple months we go through this, where we see drug smuggling rings that have brought drugs on board aircraft, or are theft rings that are smuggling computers often on board aircraft. I mean, we have just seen that. So if they have the capability of doing that, they also have the capability of bringing a device on an aircraft that a passenger that has gone through normal screening can connect with and be on the airplane.
So how big a fight do you think we're going to see over this? I know that the administration appears to be digging in its heels. A statement was released saying funds will be redirected from this voluntary program to other high-priority, risk-based operational initiatives. So it sounds like they're standing by their decision.
Well, we're digging in our heels, too. This is an excellent program. It's a valuable program, and it's a program we're fighting for, and that's what I intend to do.
I know that you've actually sent a letter to the administration, and given your unique perspective, I think on this as both a legislator and as a former federal flight deck officer, I mean, are you hoping that the administration will actually reach out to you and hear what you have to say?
I just want them to, keep the program going, and not only that, but we have found out we're creating legislation where actually double the expense for the program, and be able to find funds and have the cost offsets in other portions of TSA, which are in overages, to make sure that we fund this program, because it is that important of a program. And the traveling public needs to demand this as well. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is a common sense solution that a pilot that you're already entrusting your life to begin with also has the capability of defending the aircraft.
Absolutely. You know, I've got to ask, Representative, do you think that there's anything? I've spoken with a couple of people within the Federal Flight Officer Program community, and a couple of them have said that they think that this is, at least in part, an anti-gun move by the administration. They don't like the idea of self-defense. They don't like the idea of, basically an airline pilot being able to defend themselves with a firearm. How much of an anti-gun attitude do you think is at work here?
Well, I think that's an underlying current that a pilot should not possess a weapon. Where you have to remember, like prior to 1987, it was optional for a pilot to actually carry a weapon. If there was mail on the aircraft, the pilot actually had the capability of carrying a personal weapon. So we've gone away from that. Now we're going into a formal governmental program. But the thing about it is, the bottom line at the end of the day, it's the pilot that has the capability of defending the aircraft and defending the passengers, and that is the main point that can't be missed at this juncture.
Congressman, again, thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program tonight. Great talking to you as always, sir.
Cam, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Take care now.